Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. So, this is breaking news, I think. So, DJ Sky High Baby has been arrested in Miami, according to Smiley's Instagram story. She just pretty much revealed that DJ Sky was arrested in Miami. So let's hop right on into it. Nothing too much, but this does show the Miami-Dade jail information. It shows that she was resisting officer without violence to his person. It does show that her bond is $500. And then there is asterisks by it, and it reads that bond information posted on this case charge may not reflect the current amount. And so that's it says what it says. So pretty much I don't know if it's higher or if it's lower, but I do know that the bond is set for 500, but it could be a different number. You would just have to call the detention facility to get the updated information. Now, people are wondering, yes, we know what resisting an officer without violence pretty much means, but I do want to go in detail because we have to realize that this is different jurisdictions, especially in Florida. And I have found with working on different type of cases in Florida, that Florida is quite different. So let's hop on into it. So in Florida, well, first of all, the definition of resisting an officer without violence is any non-violent interference directed at a police officer who is acting pursuant to a legitimate law enforcement function. So that means she wasn't violent in any type of way. And it says the definition for resisting is contained in section 843.02 of the Florida statute, which says, whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any law enforcement or probation officer or other person legally authorized to execute process in the law, execution of a legal duty without offering or doing violence to the person of the officer shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. Then it goes on to say in many criminal cases, resisting an officer without violence is a type of offense that is tacked on by police to supplement other charges. um, Required proof. So if they go to trial, the prosecution may establish the following four elements beyond a reasonable doubt. One, the defendant resisted, obstructed, or opposed a law enforcement officer. Two, at the time the officer was engaged in the execution of legal process or the lawful execution of a legal duty. Three, the officer was a person legally authorized to execute process. And four, at the time, the defendant knew that the person resisted, obstructed, or opposed was in fact an officer or other person legally authorized to execute process. Examples of resisting. So these are according to Florida statutes: tensing arms while being handcuffed, not obeying lawful verbal commands, refusing to sit down, refusing to be handcuffed or otherwise evading handcuffs, giving information deemed to be false or misleading during a lawful arrest or detention, concealing evidence, refusing to leave an area when required, evading police when there is reasonable suspicion of criminal wrongdoing, or interfering with active police investigation or act as a lookout to prevent an intended arrest. Um, and it goes on to say resistant by words. I'm gonna read it because I just want everybody to understand what happened. Well, the actions that she may have done. Now, these are resisting by words. So this one is examples of resisting, like actions. These are words. So, although due to the First Amendment, speech alone is generally insufficient to constitute resistance, Florida courts have identified several scenarios where words coupled with additional factors can support a criminal charge. For example, in the case Porter versus State, it was upheld conviction where a defendant acted as a lookout and verbally warned another suspect in order to prevent an officer's imminent arrest. In Kane versus State, it says giving false name during a lawful arrest or detention. And then in Wilkinson and State, the conviction was upheld where a defendant's verbal conduct is coupled with a refusal to leave the scene or lawful search or arrest. What are the penalties? Resisting an officer arrest without violence in a first degree misdemeanor is a first degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail or 12 months of probation and $1,000 fine. These penalties represent the statutory maximum that is available for the charge and do not reflect the likely sentence that will be imposed in the vast majority of cases. Let's see. And that I think that's all I'm going to read on that one. But what I do want to, and this is coming from HassanandWeber.com. This is a law firm in Florida to kind of just break down everything. But one thing I do want to point out is it says in criminal cases, resisting an officer without violence is a type of offense that is tacked on by police to supplement other charges. Dun dun dun. So this story is going to pretty much develop over the next couple of days. So I'm going to keep an eye out on this. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you guys be blessed and I'm out. Bye.